Hello, hello. I am Kim Kimball, and I want to talk to you all today about a kind of a little bit well, I think I have a little bit of a different opinion on this subject than maybe is the mainstream, so it could potentially be a little bit controversial. But I want to talk to you all today about using logic versus intuition for decision making. All right, so what I see in the personal development space these days really is this huge emphasis as intuition as sort of being the be all, end all way to make decisions and to connect with yourself and to know yourself. So I'm not knocking this entirely, as I really do think that most people rely so heavily on logic and reason to navigate their life that they block out their intuition, they block out their emotions, they block out the signals that their body is sending them, and they get really, really disconnected from their body and from their intuitions pretty much almost entirely. And because there has been such a lack of teaching on how to understand our body sensations, our emotions, our intuition, I feel like the pendulum has swung entirely the other direction, away from logic and reason, because we have rightly learned that relying solely on logic and reason ends up disconnecting us from ourselves. And it is true, it does end up completely disconnecting ourselves, especially disconnecting ourselves from our body, okay? But here's my thing. This is the part where I get a little controversial. As human beings, we have emotions, we have intuition, we have the signals that our bodies are sending to communicate with us, but we also have logic and reason, okay? We have both. And the goal, in my opinion, is to be integrated human beings instead of disintegrated. The goal is to learn how to integrate our logic with our intuition and to use them harmoniously, allowing them to serve one another. In my opinion, they were created to serve one another and to complement one another. So disintegration using either logic or intuition exclusively can cause disconnection from ourselves. In my opinion, both can cause disconnection from ourselves. This exclusivity, this disintegration. So here's what I think I see that's really underneath both relying solely on logic and solely on intuition. We want certainty and we want ease. We want a fail-proof way to make decisions that are good for us and that are aligned with our true essence and who we really are. Those who rely solely on their logic distrust their emotions, their bodies, their intuition, and think they will lead them astray in their decision making. Those who rely solely on their intuition distrust their logic and think it will lead them astray in decision making in their life. When we deny either logic or intuition and emotions, we are denying an essential part of ourselves, an essential part of what makes us human, and making ourselves disintegrated instead of integrated. I can't hammer this point home enough. When we distrust either our intuition or our logic, we are distrusting ourselves. Both logic and intuition can lead you down a path of making decisions that are potentially not right for you or not aligned with your true self. In equal measure, in my opinion, if you haven't done the work of becoming consciously aware of your thought patterns, of your behavior patterns, of your wounds in your life, of your triggers, of your stories, which just means the lens through which you view the world. Because all of these things can subconsciously inform both your logic and your intuition without your awareness if you haven't taken the time to do the inner work of becoming consciously aware of them. And in my opinion, you're much more likely to make decisions not in alignment for you if you rely on either logic or intuition in a disintegrated fashion, like we talked about earlier. Intuition and logic are meant to serve one another. There is no shortcut for the work of conscious awareness, and this conscious awareness informs both your logic and your intuition alike. So, in my opinion, the real key for real decision making is conscious awareness that informs both your intuition and your logic and that works together in harmony. But this isn't sexy, right? Because it's not this easily packageable, short, easy 5-step process. Those who have done the work of deep inner work of conscious awareness can trust both their logic and their intuition and use them harmoniously together. Denying either your logic and your intuition is denying an essential part of ourselves that makes us human. Being able to trust all of ourself is wholeness and it is freedom. The process of becoming consciously aware is not something that the majority of us were taught in our life, and it's likely not something that we saw modeled. And it's therefore an amazing opportunity to get support from a coach. I would be honored and love to help support you around this, to help you learn to trust all of yourself, to become integrated and to return to your wholeness. I have 2 options for one-on-one coaching. The first one is a 90-minute intensive session that's meant to give you a quick breakthrough in a certain topic area of focus of your choice. And the second is a 3-month coaching package commitment with me called Confidently You. I would love to discuss those more with you. If you're interested in hearing more about them, please feel free to message me, email me, DM me. But I would also love to hear your thoughts on this because I know I have a little bit of a different take on this than maybe a lot of people out there. Are you in the camp of logic? Are you in the camp of intuition? Or is what I'm saying really resonating with you and you're really liking the feeling of integrating them both together and allowing them to serve together, serve each other, and to work harmoniously? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and to hear from you soon. Take care.